Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem, Jane, up close and personal. I'm tired. I just sat down in my big chair. I can't even stand up and wanted to give this update. I'm sitting over here by my mosquito net door to get some breeze. The temperature dropped a little bit and there's a nice breeze. I put my laundry outside in the sun and just want to give you an update. And as always, I need to use notes, so I give you the accurate information, but it's been a very, very challenging and painful and traumatic 48 hours here in Israel. 13 people has been killed from ballistic missiles attack from Yemen. 3 were killed on Friday during Shabbat, and at least 10 was killed last night. I want to get you the right information. In Bat Yam, 6 people were killed when a missile struck a residential building, including an 8-year-old girl, a 10-year-old boy, and an 18-year-old boy. Absolutely horrendous. I have shared photos and videos on my social media. It literally looks like a war zone. Absolutely horrific. Another 4 people were murdered. It was actually a woman, an Arab mother. She and her 2 daughters and another relative were murdered by a ballistic missile impact in the northern part of Israel. It was in the city of, let me find it, Tamar, which is an Arab city in the north of Israel. And then 40 people were injured in Rehovot, I think that's how you say it, which is not far from Tel Aviv. 40 people were injured. So in total, 13 people have been killed in 48 hours here in Israel from ballistic missile impacts. More than 200 have been injured, and some of them severely. As of this moment, when I'm recording this video, there are still 3 people who is missing in Bat Yam from that horrendous strike. Prime Minister Netanyahu and the Israeli president have both been at that crash site, at that strike site. Horrific. I hope you see the updates that I'm doing. I've been posting, especially follow my Telegram channel for minute-to-minute updates. That's where I share the most because I'm so limited on my Facebook. The attack overnight was about 70 ballistic missiles that was fired into Israel, and then many drones was also fired. The whole scenario actually started with a lot of drone coming in, but it came in 3 waves. 11 p.m. at night, 2 a.m. and 2:55, and that came at the same time when all of these drones came inside. I hope you can hear what I'm saying. There's a bit of noise outside my window. I just stopped it because there was too much noise. I want to say that Iran is still believed to have 1,000 ballistic missiles. That's the latest number that I saw. And the spokesman from the IDF was out saying now that further Iranian ballistic missiles attack on Israel are expected in the coming days. Challenging days are ahead. There will be more launches and impacts in the coming days. He also said that the Israeli Air Force continued to carry out attacks, non-stopping strikes for a moment. Even at this hour, we are striking dozens of targets in Tehran. We are deepening the damages to the nuclear program and the military capabilities to disrupt and reduce the risk to the home fronts. The Foreign Affairs and Defense Committees are going to convene tomorrow for a special state of emergency vote. The committee will hold a closed session to receive intelligence briefings and vote on the declaration of a special state of emergency in light of operations against Iran. Last thing, the chief of the Home Front Command, says that the deadly missile impact in Bat Yam is a reminder how important it is to follow the Home Front Command's guideline. He says that in Rehovot, where another missile hit, we managed to rescue a survivor from under the rubble. Difficult days are ahead, but we are determined. We have the spirit, the strength to act together with you to protect you and continue to save lives. So I am sending my heartfelt and deepest condolences to the families of the 13 people who was murdered by Iran in ballistic missiles attack. Last night I had just sent out to my people who get my email updates and to my friends and also here on my social media that Iran was threatening with a large-scale attack, and then they did. And the first was these women who was killed. Like I said, a mother and her 2 children and another female relative. 3 Arab women were killed in the north of Israel. Then I went to bed, but I was like, oh, and you could still hear the red alert with the drones. And then came, the ballistics, prepare. All of Israel is called to go to the bomb shelters. And I went out on my balcony. I'm not in my bomb shelter. I went out on my balcony and I was looking and watching, and I could hear interceptions, but we didn't have anything coming here in Jerusalem. That was around 2 a.m. When that was kind of over, I went back to bed, but your head, your body, your muscles, everything is just deeply affected. And then 55 minutes later, it started all over, and I'm back out on my balcony. I'm looking, my phone is blaring with red alerts, and all of a sudden the siren goes off here in Jerusalem, and the ballistic missiles is just flying over my head, over my house here in Jerusalem. And that's where we had that strike in Bat Yam, where 6 people were killed in this whole residential area. You see, the Israeli military is taking out nuclear sites and military sites in Iran. That's what we are doing. We are taking out military sites, nuclear facilities, weapons places where they are creating weapons because they want to eradicate the Jewish people. But Iran are sending in huge ballistic missiles to murder as many people here in Israel as possible. So it's devastating. And we are talking about 4 children who was murdered by Iranian ballistic missiles. So it's not over, and Israel is doing what Israel needs to do for such a time as this. We are still in a state of emergency. Today, nobody is at work unless you work in essential areas. You have to stay home right now. We are not commanded in our bomb shelters, but we are commanded to stay near our bomb shelters. So there are no buses, people who are out and about. It's to get essentials. So that's the rules for now. There are no gatherings, no work, no school up until 8 p.m. tonight, and then we'll see what the rules are going to be at that time. As you can hear, I have sirens outside my house. So pray for such a time as this. Pray for Israel, the Holy Land, the land of the Bible, who has been threatened for so many years with this doomsday rhetoric and threatening the annihilations of Israel, raising to create a nuclear bomb. You have to understand something. Israel is so tiny that 1-2 nuclear warheads and we are gone. We are gone. So while other people are like, let's negotiate, and former American presidents are sending $1 gazillion in cash on planes to Iran, trying to make deal. We know you cannot make deal with modern-day Nazis who want to wipe you off the face of the earth. And they were so close, so close. And this was the window of opportunity where Israel said, we need to eradicate this. We need to take this out. It's going to be maybe 1-2 more weeks before what needs to be done is being done, and I'm still saying I am in awe of our fighter pilots, of the Mossad. I mean, what they did inside Iran, it's just, one day Tom Cruise can make a movie about all of this. I mean, it far exceeds anything you can see in a movie. It's just incredible. So will you pray for our government, especially for our Prime Minister? I saw someone on American TV, he was saying, but look at Netanyahu, look what happened. The leadership of Hamas is gone, the leadership of Hezbollah is gone. Now he took out the top brass in Iran. It's extraordinary what this Israeli Prime Minister has done and the pressure he has stood on. And I'm saying, if I had a hat, Netanyahu, I would take it off for you. You are a chosen leader, you are a courageous leader for Israel for such a time as this, and keep standing strong and bold and do what is right for the Jewish nation. We need watchmen on the walls. This is the Holy Land, the land of the Bible, that is fighting for survival. And it's not just for us. We are the front door for the rest of the world. We are the front door for the rest of the world. It's not just Israel who is happy for the Ayatollahs to fall. The people in Iran are not against us. It's the Ayatollah horror regime. So many nations are actually happy about what Israel is doing right now. But look what the price that the Jewish people are paying for children. 13 people in 48 hours killed in ballistic missiles attack. Just within the last hour, our Israeli Air Force took down 20 drones. 20 drones that was coming into our airspace. And in the midst of everything last night, there was also a ballistic missile coming from Yemen. So, yeah, I look tired, and I am. I think I slept 6 hours the last 3 days. So you're kind of just breathing and just doing laundry now, while there is no red alert blasting on your phone. So again, my heartfelt condolences to the families who has to carry out funerals now. Oh, and by the way, another young soldier, I don't have his photo, but another young soldier was killed in the Gaza Strip also yesterday. So in the midst of this, let's not forget that the modern day Nazis, the proxies of Iran, the mothership Iran, who uses their proxies, Hezbollah and Hamas, against the Jewish state, our fighters are still fighting these modern day Nazis in Gaza, and a young soldier was killed yesterday. May his memory forever be a blessing. The IDF has called up thousands of reservists in the northern front, around Gaza, also in Judea and Samaria, and 600 border police officers has also been called up extra in the reserve. So this is a crucial time for the Holy Land. This is a very crucial time for the Holy Land. I want to end by saying I have a page on Facebook called Israel One Nation, and that I created that I think 12 years ago, where I just started giving my news and views, perspective, sharing truth out of Israel. And 3.5 days ago I said, wow, we reached 230,000 followers. It's not about numbers, because it's been going very, very slow, but it's just about having a platform where you can reach the world. And I even felt God gave me the name Israel One Nation. It's not a two-state solution, and it never was, it never will be. So 3.5 days ago, we reached 230,000 followers, and here we are now past 242,000 followers. So that's 12,000 new followers on my Facebook page in 3.5 days. So welcome to each and every one of you. A lot of them are anti-Israel people and haters who's leaving the most vile comments. But the anti-Israel people who is following me on all my social platform, welcome. I hope you will learn something now when you hear the truth and the facts that is based on history about this mighty nation of Israel. So we are still in a state of emergency. No work, no school, no public gathering. Actually, the wedding of the Israeli Prime Minister's son, Avner, which was supposed to take place tomorrow, has been postponed because there are no gatherings. So pray for Israel for such a time as this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being watchmen on the walls. It's a mighty weapon, intercession and prayer. This is a spiritual battle. This is a battle between good and evil, light and darkness, God and Satan. We know that when you touch Israel, you touch the apple of God's eye, and that's what Iran is doing. That's what Hezbollah did. That's what Palestinian Islamic Jihad is doing. That's what Hamas is doing. That's what the Houthis are doing. That's what Fatah, the Palestinian Authority, are doing. They just seems to always forget that the one who watches over Israel, he neither slumbers and nor sleeps. And God says, I will bless those that bless Israel, and I will curse those that curse Israel. So choose to be, at this time in history, where the Jewish people are fighting on 7 fronts, choose to be on the blessing side and stand with Israel. And thank you for praying for me as this small, little, single voice just trying to share the truth out of Israel. Mwah. Thank you.